The movie begins in the secret lab of Swellview, where armed soldiers carefully transport one of the most dangerous devices ever built. The reality-altering device, capable of bending existence to anyone's will. Suddenly, alarms scream through the halls. An intruder has breached security. A shadowy figure snatches the machine and sprints through corridors, dodging electric batons with impossible agility. Guards shock each other in the chaos, collapsing in heaps as the thief locks the exit and vanishes into the night. The disguise drops, revealing Missy Martin, the ultimate Henry Danger superfan, her eyes burning with determination. She has dreamed of this moment for years. Missy sets up her hacker rig and activates the device, pouring her obsession into it. She wants to resurrect her hero, Henry Hart, Kid Danger, who she believes sacrificed himself years ago to save Swellview by crashing an explosive airship into the mountains. But the truth is far different. The indestructible man's radioactive core shielded Henry from the blast, allowing him to survive and quietly relocate to Dystopia, starting fresh as an independent hero away from the spotlight. In Dystopia's gritty streets, Jasper Dunlop walks with Detective Jones when old friends Piper Hart and Schwaz Schwartz arrive for a visit. Tension rises as word spreads of the villain Blackout, plotting to plunge the city into eternal darkness by destroying its power grid. At a press conference, the lights flicker and die. Blackout is already moving. Jasper dons his sleep blindfold. Schwaz hacks a camera into X-ray mode, and the fuel truck rolls in. Blackout emerges from mist, hurls the driver aside, and lunges. Henry arrives like lightning, trading blows with the shadowy menace. Blackout slams him through a storefront window, but Henry rises, activates his radioactive shield, traps the villain's arms, and hurls him into a building. Power surges back on, cheers erupt. Henry returns to his agency, only to find it demolished. Blackout ambushes him again, grabbing and tossing him out a high window toward a deadly fall. Far away, Missy completes her setup. Lightning cracks, her notebook sketches glow, a portal rips open, and Henry crashes through, landing in her room, wearing the exact suit she drew. Stunned, he demands answers. Missy explains she pulled him into Newtown to fight crime as her partner. Henry insists he was never dead, just relocated, and he must return to Dystopia immediately. Frustrated, Missy prepares to reverse the portal until a scream outside interrupts them. A monstrous Coach Craig rampages below, straight from Missy's old stories. Henry charges in to help, but his powers fail completely in this reality. Missy never knew about the indestructo powers when she wrote him in. Beaten brutally, Henry is forced into endless push-ups while Craig torments him. As night falls, Missy warns of her next creation approaching, an electric vampire resembling Piper. Desperate, she activates the device again. They escape through the portal, but the vampire snatches the red crystal, crippling the machine. Instead of safety, they tumble into a wild nightclub where Piper Hart, somehow present, parties alongside bizarre versions of their friends. Missy reveals she locked the device in story mode. They are trapped inside her fanfiction multiverse. In this twisted layer, Henry is reduced to Jasper's powerless assistant, while Jasper soars with flight powers. Henry searches for Schwaz, finding him working the bar, and begs him to repair the broken device. A whistle pierces the music. Coach Craig storms in again, forcing everyone into push-up hell, even making Franchini perform them on stage. Jasper leaps into battle. Missy urges Henry to suit up. He transforms into the ridiculous Captain Lollipop, armed only with a giant candy weapon that shatters on impact. Embarrassed, Missy admits these stories came from her childhood imagination. Jasper ultimately defeats Craig with a powerful kick, smashing him across tables. Schwaz explains the red crystal is the key to escape. Franchini insists everyone attend his big show in the ballroom. In the scuffle to stop him from grabbing the device, Henry accidentally triggers another jump, teleporting himself, Missy, and Franchini into a vibrant cartoon universe where Franchini becomes a magical flying cow. Another frantic button press flings them back to Newtown, but danger waits. Coach Craig and Vampire Piper confront them, now hunting Missy's little sister. Franchini distracts the vampires with flattery, buying time for Henry and Missy to hide in a trailer. Piper bites Franchini, beginning his transformation. Craig tears the door off and hurls them toward the fangs. Henry slams the button again, escaping to a post-apocalyptic wasteland, the syrup war era, where survivors hoard precious syrup amid nuclear ruin. A stone hurtles toward Henry, but Jasper leaps in, shielding him and guiding them to a fortified wall. Soldiers on monstrous mounts demand the camp's syrup tank. Jasper refuses, vowing to help Henry locate Schwaz first. Missy hatches a risky plan. When invaders storm the camp, Henry and Jasper ambush from cover, while she unleashes a high-pressure syrup blast, sweeping the attackers away. Hours later, a massive truck rolls in, driven by Schwaz himself. Relief floods the group as they reunite. Schwaz diagnoses the crystal theft has locked the device in history mode. Missy confesses she spotted the red crystal in Vampire Piper's necklace and feels crushing guilt for unleashing this chaos. Henry comforts her, promising they'll fix it together and prevent Piper from building a real-world vampire army. They activate the portal once more, racing through the cartoon realm back to Newtown, straight into the final confrontation. Piper holds Missy's sister hostage, crystal gleaming around her neck. She orders her minions to attack and flees inside with the girl. Coach Craig's whistle stuns the heroes. He kicks Henry aside. Schwaz conceals the device while Missy dashes indoors to rescue her sister. Jasper battles outside, staking vampires, but Craig and the turning Franchini overpower him with relentless stuns. Inside, Piper confronts them atop the stairs. Missy charges and is hurled back. Henry grapples with the vampire, electrocuting her against a lamp. Sparks surging through him too. Piper smashes him through walls, leaving him battered. As she moves to finish him, Missy leaps in, taking a bite to the arm. In that desperate moment, Missy snatches the crystal and urges Henry to flee before she fully turns. Heartbroken, Henry retreats while Missy begins transforming. Outside, Jasper spins Craig with his own whistle cord, then holds Franchini steady. Schwoz destroys the whistle with earplugs. Henry hurls the crystal. Schwoz catches it midair. He needs seconds to recalibrate. Time Henry and Jasper must buy with everything they have. Henry watches Missy complete her turn, pain etched on his face, yet he fights on. Jasper wrestles Piper away, smashing her through fences in fury. She summons an army of vampires, surrounding them. Henry pins the turning Missy, shielding her. Jasper stands alone before the horde, ready to face them single-handedly. Schwoz counts down. Seconds tick by in agonizing suspense. The device flares to life. A blinding flash erupts, ripping everyone back to their rightful realities. Missy collapses home, embracing her terrified little sister in tearful relief. Franchini reappears in his nightclub, seamlessly resuming his performance as if nothing occurred. In Dystopia, Henry plunges into the lake, surfacing to find Jasper at a coffee shop. He apologizes deeply, then announces he must leave. Dystopia now has Jasper as its protector. Before he can depart, the city plunges into darkness once more. Blackout's final strike. Jasper grins. One last mission together. They race to the center, confronting the villain head-on. Henry summons his radioactive shield at full power, enveloping Blackout's deadly grasp. Jasper circles like a blur, landing devastating strikes in perfect sync. Blow after blow rains down until Blackout crumples, defeated for good. The streets explode in cheers. Henry finally hears the roar of genuine fans who see him not as a ghost, but as their living hero. The next day, the team patrols with renewed fire. Henry dismantles a gang of thieves in seconds, effortless and commanding. His friends extend the ultimate invitation. Join them permanently. With his restored powers soaring, Henry lifts his allies into the sky, carrying them toward their next horizon. Stronger, united, unbreakable. But the adventure refuses to end there. Sometime later, Missy and her crew infiltrate a shadowy enemy stronghold, witnessing drones shredded by an unseen force. As shadows part, a familiar silhouette emerges. Captain Man himself, battle-worn yet unbreakable. He locks eyes with Henry and speaks the words every fan has waited for. He needs his old sidekick back, one more time, for whatever storm is coming next. The bond that once saved Swellview reignites, promising epic battles ahead in a world that still needs heroes like them. And just like that, the multiverse closes. But the legend of Henry Danger burns brighter than ever. If you felt the pulse-pounding rush of this multiverse madness, smash that like button, drop your favorite insane moment in the comments below, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you're first in line for every epic recap we drop next. More superhero chaos, more heart-stopping twists, more stories that keep you glued to the screen. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.